The average human being today has the attention span of a goldfish, which is approximately 9 seconds. That's true. That's an actual statistic. You can look it up. So, another thing was that in the last 15 years, there has been a 25% reduction in people's attention spans. So, considering that human beings are the peak of evolution on this planet, the fact that we are tied with a goldfish is a little bit embarrassing if you think about it. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you that fact. So in this video, I will be discussing the importance of developing a deep work habit. Our ability to just focus intently on something is critical. In these modern times today, we are the most distracted generation in the history of humanity. You know, we have Netflix, we have social media applications, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. And like I said, there's the subscription service like Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus, all of these entertainment platforms that exist in the world. And I'm not against entertainment. I love watching movies, I like watching TV shows, but the thing is that in my personal opinion, we should have those things as rewards. Entertainment should be a reward for doing something productive. For example, like say you have some work to do to build a YouTube channel, or to write a book, or to improve your job skills or whatever. The entertainment should be a reward after work that we do. And most people just consume entertainment continuously throughout the day and there's this sense of emptiness because of it. I feel there's a sense of emptiness because there's a lack of meaningful work towards something. So unless we guard our attention and focus our attention to goals that are meaningful to us, then we're just going to be stuck with where we're at. We're going to be stuck with our current level, and we're not going to see progress, and we're not going to get better at the things that we want to get better at. So, for example, I'll use myself. I have been on YouTube with this channel, about a little more than 2 years. So, for most of that time, I was not consistent with creating content. I just sort of made content randomly whenever I felt like making content, and I didn't have any sort of structured work habit to produce content until recently. Until this last December, I finally created a work schedule, a deep work schedule, which is basically I wake up, and after I do a short morning routine, I do a 90-minute deep work session on creating content for this YouTube channel. So that will consist of either coming up with ideas, ideation, writing a script, editing, making a thumbnail, thinking of titles. There's many different components. It was only until I started a deep work habit that I've been so consistent with this channel. So for the last 3 months, I've produced 1 to 2 videos a week. And at the beginning of the year, I told myself I am going to make minimum 1 video a week for the rest of the year. That's what I told myself. And I'm telling you right now that is what I'm going to do. 1 video a week minimum. I am stating that publicly. That way, if I don't do it, I look like a fool. I look like I didn't hold my word. You can call me out. I'm asking you to call me out. If I don't post one video a week for the rest of the year, I want to be called out. So for the last 3 months, I've produced, quite a bit of video, more than 20 videos. And it's only because I finally created that habit of sitting down and just doing the work that I've seen this progress with my channel. My channel is still small. I'm not a big channel at all. I think at the point of recording this video, I'm at 37 subscribers. So still small, but in the last, 3 months, I've seen the most growth that I've seen in the last 2 years. I was like under 10 subscribers for like a long time. It's pretty embarrassing, but anyway. So let's get to how do you create a deep work habit? How do you create a deep work ritual? So the first step that you need to do is you need to have a goal. You need to know what it is that you want to achieve. You need to have an aim that you're shooting towards. So for me, that's creating content for YouTube. That is my aim. That is my goal. 1 to 2 videos a week, minimum 1 for the entire year. I want to be at 1,000 subscribers and monetized by the end of the year. But the more important metric is my output goal. I want to produce. For you, this may be something entirely different. If you're a student, this could be to get, you want to get straight A's, you want to get a 4.0. If you are a photographer, this could be to get a certain number of jobs, certain number of, of amount of work. So you need to ask yourself, what is it that you want to achieve? What is the goal that is meaningful to you that you want to pursue and realize? Next thing, number 2, is that you have to ask yourself, what are the most important actions that I can take to move closer to realizing my goal? What are the most important actions I can take to move towards realizing this goal? And you identify that. You identify what is it that's most important. For me, it's writing. Every day it's working. It's waking up and it's writing ideas, writing the script. Or it could be ideation, looking for ideas, or it's research, and then it's getting the script down, then it's editing that, then it's filming, then it's editing. I think I said that. Thumbnail design, thinking of titles. So it's different every particular day, but there's always an important action that I could be taking. This is something you can ask yourself on a daily basis. What is the most important thing I can do? And then do that. Do that action. Yeah. And there's a principle called the 80-20 rule, which means 80% of the results come from 20% of your efforts. So in any pursuit, in any sort of striving for a goal, there's something that you can be working on that's much more valuable to work on than something else. Like for me, it's more important to focus on creating content than it is to worry about the way my banner looks. I mean, that's maybe kind of important, but what's more important is getting ideas down and writing and then creating something to put out. And so yeah, after identifying your most important actions, the next thing you need to know or ask yourself is, where are you going to do your work? I do my work here in my room. I do it right here on my desk. This is where I work best. But I've experimented with going to the coffee shop, going to the library, going to Barnes & Noble. I didn't like doing work in public because there was always people coming around, walking, coming in the store, people talking loudly, some people smelling, so in my room, there's no distractions. I can just focus and do what I got to do with no distractions. So get clear. Where are you going to do your deep work ritual? After that, you're going to ask yourself, after where, is how are you going to do your deep work session? What are the rules of your deep work session? So this is very important. Most important rule for a deep work session is to eliminate all potential distractions. So this is going to include your cell phone. You're going to put your phone on airplane mode, set a timer, and then put it away. Because the phone, with notifications, text calls, just put it away for a set period of time. Just do that. Because you need to eliminate distractions. For you to really focus and dive deep into what you're doing, you can't have a bunch of distractions, because then you'll just do shallow work and you won't make any progress. So there you go. Eliminate all distractions. This also includes things like open tabs on your computer, Facebook or Twitter. Close those off. Another thing is music. Music with lyrics, I would recommend not playing. Music, I like to play meditation music because meditation music doesn't have any lyrics. For me, it puts me in like a calm state where I feel more creative. So there you go. How are you going to do your deep work sessions? Those things I talked about. Eliminate distractions. Get rid of tabs. No distracting music. The next question is, how are you going to support your deep work session? So for me, I like to have some water. I like to have a cup of coffee. Coffee, it wakes me up, gets my mind focused. I feel the caffeine. I feel invigorated. I feel alert. So yeah, how are you going to support your deep work session? Caffeine can help. Some people do nicotine. Some people, I've heard that's a very effective, that nicotine's a very effective neural stimulant, where it helps you be creative and come up with ideas and more sharp. I haven't tried that. I may experiment with that and make a video on it, maybe like a 7-day experiment, and just tell you guys about how that affects me. I might do that in the future. So yeah, how are you going to support your deep work session? That's another important factor. Now, another thing about deep work sessions is that when you're first starting, you don't want to start with like an hour or 90 minutes. You don't want to start with that. If you're just starting to build this habit, start small. Start with 30 minutes a day dedicated to a deep work session. You don't want to start with an hour or 90 minutes because if you're not used to it, it may be too much and you may feel discouraged. You may not want to do it the next day because you feel like you can't focus that long. And that's perfectly normal because when it's a new habit, it's going to be difficult. 30 minutes is just enough time to get the work done, and you do that. Okay, you now do that for a week. 30 minutes for 1 week. After you've done that successfully for the week, you'll be a bit more comfortable with it. Bump it up to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Do that for a week. Then bump it up to 90 minutes. So you gradually increase the length of time that you spend in a deep work session. I would cap it at 90 minutes because after 90 minutes, I feel like a decline in my focus. To take a break. Do go for a walk or something, and then come back, do another session. And the idea behind doing it a short amount of time is that it's like going to the gym. If you're new to the gym and you go to the bench press, you don't start with 2 plates and then try to do that. You're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna discourage yourself. So start small. Start with the bar. Do a few reps. After a week, throw in a 10. Boom, boom. After another week, throw another 10. And before you know it, you're lifting. You're getting stronger. That's the idea. That progressive overload applies to your focus muscle as well. Your ability to concentrate is a muscle as well that can be trained and improved. And another important factor that you can do that helps is to create a habit tracker. Now, a habit tracker is simply, you could do it in a notebook, you could do it in a piece of paper. I do it in a piece of paper. I write down my habits that I want to develop, and then I write the date, and then I put like lines, and then I just put a mark every time that I complete a habit for that day. And when you do this enough for your deep work habit, you see every day that you're doing it, and that helps you feel motivated. That helps you feel proud of yourself. You begin to develop the self-image of someone capable of focusing, spending time working deeply on something. So you'll build that self-image of a person that can work deeply. And that's going to be a great help. And I heard about this from Hamza, so shout out to Hamza for the habit tracker idea. And yeah, so creating a deep work habit is going to improve your life so much if you're trying to make progress in any area. Learn a skill, learn a language, be a content creator. If you're a student, it's going to help you dramatically because you're going to grow in your discipline, and it's just going to become a part of who you are. So yeah, that's the video. Thank you for watching the video today, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave comments if you have any questions or any ideas or thoughts you want to share with me. And yeah, that's the video. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.